Of course, Raratum are playing with their coach Cami. However, they should have probably taken map 1 of Vertigo. Question is, can Sharan Gaming get themselves a 2-0? It would be very, very unlikely, even with that caveat of Raratum's lineup, because this is Raratum's best map. They've beaten Navi on it in Pro League, if you remember. So it's most certainly their home. But let's see how CR Gaming work it out on the lottery that is Inferno.
Yeah, it'd be crazy if they managed to take the victory here as well and put in a 2-0 to kick off their season. Again, making their way through Open last season. And with the potential for a big early victory risk. Two players about to come around this long corner. Has the switch, the bait and switch rather, with his teammate in towards Arch. But they somehow both get killed by Cami. How the hell did they not make that work? I have no idea how this is actually working out for Raratum right now. Kira trapped in the pit. How is he alive?
No.
What was going on there?
They wanted to knife him. Everyone was out of bullets, so they were like, okay, well, it's knife time. And I can assure you, that's not really going to work out for you when you're that far away from them. Anyway, Kate and Wenzi looking to come in on the retake. Head spotted from Kaze. So much damage done, and that'll be the end of this pistol round for Sharan Gaming. Kate last alive, wanting some damage, but he's been gooshed by the Glock. He's going to try and escape, but unfortunately probably not long for this world. The running headshot from Kaze. Destruction. 2 for him and 3 for Cami. Helping out just at the right time when those knives were coming out. Right, and we'll take the pistol.
Pistol round again goes the way of Raratum, but we've seen similar things in the previous map, and in CR we're still able to scrap back in all the time, so wait and see how this plays out. Pistols, some nades. Still a chance for sure for CR to do something. Have a stack over towards B in the early stages. Heavy towards the bomb side of things as well. Gonna go for this aggression, flash in, it's perfect. Cami caught on top of the wall. I've been forced back down banana, not really able to do too much about this. I don't think the weapon's going to be recoverable quite yet, but as I say that, they put a smoke down, hoping maybe that they could have. Advent doesn't want to let that happen though, so he throws his own weapon away, recovers that AK, and ensures, despite the man disadvantage, that they're not going to give any rifles into the hands of CR at the very least.
That is something. They are stacking the correct bomb site though, right now. 3 players are at him, creeping their way toward long. Probably the best place to go, though, if you're trying to fight multiple players on site. Kate's about to go for a peek, and he's going to meet all 3, but good damage to Advent. Surely Advent switches that AK over to Jamyoung. There we go. That's what they should be doing. And Kaze's got the long flank just in case, but he is running down the He can't afford to lose the bomb here. Would he expect a second player? That's the problem, and he needs to get away with that bomb, but it's just caught by Kira. That's fantastic timing. Now the bomb's in the possession of the CT side, and Jamyoung's got a lot of troubles in front of him. 2 players about to hold this angle. Do they double swing it, or do they just wait? There's the first, there's the second, and almost a spray transfer. But Wenzi gets it done, and of course, we keep on fighting with these force buy battles. This time on Inferno, instant hit back from Sharan Gaming.
Alright then, again, Raratum are just not able to hang on to any sort of advantage that they find. It slips away. Cami has an AK at the very least here, but other than that, some pistols and Kevlar is all they're able to afford. This should be CR with an opportunity to get going here early with a lead on the CT side. Nicely timed molly. Slow them down for a moment, but they are still grouped over towards A here. This time, though, at least it's not the early 3-man B stack. In fact, they're actually starting to rotate a 4th player back over. Risk nearly caught off guard. Somehow gets away with actually favourable damage. Initially, anyway. Now he gets taken down by Jamyoung on the P250, who could be big trouble for them right now. The problem is they've still got to deal with Wenzi in the pit, and he's got himself 4 of them, actually, in the end. Ace total, sorry. Didn't realize he also had that initial kill. Upgrades even towards an AK.
Yeah, lovely ace. Lovely to deal with it like that for Wenzy. Plenty of cash in his bank now and none in rare atoms. Full eco for them. I mean, we've got to add, like, not just what the one caveat, right, of Cammy playing with rare atom today. 2, you're using Mosier, who is one of your best players. And 3, they've only just finished playing the RMR in Mongolia, so I'm sure they're probably a bit tired. We know that there was a lot of technical issues in that RMR. A lot of long days. Kaze was recently ill, of course, there as well. So I think there's a lot of things that maybe hurt Rare Atom in this matchup. Get them to win still, but it can be an issue when you've got this amount of issues from previous days. Unfortunate team kill there for Jam Young. Obviously hurts his bank a little bit, but we still have a bye.
(3-1). CR just more impressive, really, as this game continues to go on. Crazy. Full AKs here for no op available, but it's Inferno, so it's not really necessary. I don't think it's going to do too much damage. Actually, does catch Cammy. I was wrong. They group up around mid mostly here, I think, looking for the brackets control. CR, though, have a pretty good read, I think, on what's going on, because they've already got 4 of them focused around mid itself. Mexican
Opening 2 again. The important apartments fight to win. Lindsay stepping up again, and then Risk just come in and finish it off. Yes, it's crazy. This is a beautiful cleanup. Don't forget, these guys managed to come through the lower bracket in ESL Open to qualify for this season of ECL in the APAC. So, you're going to have to say, they're on form, but not the names we expect to win, of course. How much do you think that would affect a team? I mean, actually, I'm not personally aware of how Rare Atom are right now, like where they're playing from exactly, and how they're set up, but you'd have to think if the pistols come into a banana and they're getting eaten up by Ruben. Mercury, though, is actually ahead of the play. Okay, so let's get back to that in a second. Mercury's ahead of the play with the Tech 9, behind the pushing MP9. Gets himself both in the end. Hero's trying to split the difference, though, and he does drop the bomb. Mercury needs to finish this one off. The nade actually keeps him at bay for now. Advent's nade himself takes down Kira in the end, then Risk comes in to help out. Advent just wants this bomb plant. He's going to get it. Wenzy is creeping up. They should catch Advent in the open, and there we go. So, messy, but they clean it up. So, how much do you think a situation like this would hurt Rare Atom? Because they're so well known. They're obviously the better team between the two. If you've been travelling for so long, you'd think that would be enough fatigue to make this game an issue for you?
What is it, sorry? I was closing my window there.
Do you think you have enough fatigue? Like, with all the travelling they've done in Mongolia and stuff from the RMR back and forth, the long days.
Partly being stuck with Cammy right now, and I think the loss on the first map has kind of tilted them at this point, because they really should have had that victory.
Right.
But Inferno, I mean, it's just such a good map for them. I don't think this should be any sort of trouble. I'm surprised, no matter what form they're in with their coach, I think they should be winning this match right here. They should be winning this series overall, but they should definitely be taking their best map. So I'm not sure what excuse to use right now for them, but Wenzy is 10-1, 7-3 for Risk. You do have CR all performing at what seems to be their best.
Yep.
Where just aren't given the same level. They're shifting heavily towards B with the rotate here, sending 2 more over. It's going to be a little bit late, unfortunately, although, as I said, the molly goes down and stops what looks like it might have been a bit of a B push. Tons of time, so they don't really need either. Now actually moving.
Ooh, just about gets it. Damage is significant again, though. Boost toward the flower bed, gets himself that frag, and Jam Young still lurking around. And Wenzi gets caught by it. Only a few bullets left, actually, for Jam Young, but he makes that one look clean. Now, surely this should be a Raritan round. B site under lock and key, and the risk is miles away. So, should be a save.
Yeah, understandably, he's not moving for this. They have money on everyone. They'll still have some left over afterwards as well, so it'll be a very strong buy from CR either way. But yeah, Rare Atom keeping 4 standing, getting their second round convincingly. This is exactly what they needed. Hopefully now it's something that they can replicate. They want to keep on building up this T side.
I'm keeping up to date with results elsewhere in the world of CS, and 9 just won the first map against, or won the BO1 against G2, I should say. So,
okay, 16-14.
Yeah, it was very close. Best tier 2 team of the year so far. Well, I think both of us have covered a bit of 9 in Challenger League and various other qualifiers.
Yeah,
and,
not sure how much
proving
I've
how
covered this
good they are.
exact lineup, but definitely have at points. 80's had a really good game there, it seems.
Yep.
Just as Wenzi's having a really good game here for CR. Risk, though, taken out. Last man standing in the previous round. Hoped to maybe open things up here and be the difference maker. Unfortunately, he gets naded into oblivion. Return nade's not really doing anything either.
Ben sucking that Molotov, burning a lot and should go down, and will. Ruben. 4 versus 4, utility swapped over from Jam Young. Smoke comes in, flash to a teammate to give him a popper. Right now they're split. CR Gaming, 2-2 on each bomb site. So Wenzi is going to need to multi-frag from the edge of the apartments again here. Flash comes through. Mercury trying to hit an entry, but the counter flash is superb. I say counter flash. Actually, I think it's Kaze who blinded up Mercury there. And Kira gets himself 2 frags, but Jam Young eventually finds Wenzi in the pit. So they go 2 for 2, and it's a 2v2 on the A-bomb site.
Yeah, tough retake. Molly to slow them down as well. The crossfire between the pit and the bomb site, and Jam Young just taking an aggressive angle. Gets the initial kill. His teammate, though, dropped already, but he catches Kate moving in towards the bomb. Plenty of time even to recover that up. So, yeah, very close round. I mean, keeping it neck and neck there, at least in that one. And while there is still economy for CR to buy on most players, they are finally beginning to run low on money. Another round here, really, for Rare Atom should give them the chance to tie things up at 5-5. And then potentially even start running away with this T side. So, now or never, really, for CR if they want to keep this lead.
Penalty swapped over in spawn. Incendiary grenades rolling around, having a whale of a time. H will swap them over. Leave them to a teammate to re-smoke everything. But I hear some noise from top banana, so Kate actually might have to re-smoke it. But not pouncing just yet. In fact, it's just a bit of a ruse for Atom very quickly toward the A-bomb site on retreat. 2 towards short, and look at Kira's position, boosted up as well. That could be useful.
Kira playing boosted up. I like this. They've taken a few slightly more uncommon positions, realizing how crucial this round is for them to take. Mercury, though, wrapping around, gets the double spray down. This is horrible. There's one more on the bomb site. They haven't cleared it, but Wenzi was blind. Just about comes away with it, but he's pinned in. Swings through, does good damage, and is somehow still alive here. Might even get that final kill. He will indeed with the USP. That was crazy. But that still got way too close. The fact that that even gets as chaotic as it did, that double kill comes in from the wraparound on long. It again gives Rare Atom a chance in a round where they should have had none, really.
That was a great double from Mercury. spray transfer. I'm not even necessarily sure he'd be expecting to get 2 as quick as that himself. But as we both said, I mean, there's just no way we're expecting Wenzy as a 3rd player on the site. That flash almost ruined the idea. He got away with all of them in the end. Fighting away with the M4A4. Plenty of bullets to put into action, and he made use of them. Good nade again. Advent down to 45. They're trying to take Banana, but Advent actually does team up with Kaze's flash to get that entry, and Cammy's Mac 10 running around trying to cause havoc. We get the opening pick at least this time around.
Already gone. Not a great start. They were heavily stacked towards B here early on as well. A little bit of noise around A has pulled Kira off, but they've still got 2 at the top of Banana, heavily committed. This is going to be tough. Cammy clearing sandbags, gets the initial kill. Risk is good for the trade at least, but he's being hunted now in towards this bomb site as mollies and nades get tossed all over the bomb site. They actually decide to back away. Okay, I'm a little bit surprised. They had pulled the rotation, so it's understandable. It's Wenzy now who's on a crazy game so far, who might have a shot at holding this down. Playing under quad, only gets the 1 though. Not ideal. That is going to be a bomb plant.
And Risk and Kira are quite a way away coming up mid, so I would presume a play for exit scenario, especially with their money the way it is. If Raritan give up 1 pick, then I would say definitely go for it, but they don't need to.
Forced into the save, understandably here. 2 ops that are going to be very useful in this next round, but I mean, at this point we're grinding out a good T side already. They just need to keep this up, Kira. Nice angle there in towards the door, managing to shut down Kaze and make that very costly at the very least for Only living with 1 player, I believe, in the end. They're going to spend pretty much everything themselves coming back into this round as well, so CR can take this one. You could even see we're having a pretty rough economy.
This is the round. What can they do with those 2 AWPs? No shot missed. Advent very comfortable to push up toward the top of Banana and take these duels. He's been doing that the whole game so far, basically. ADR, not great, but he's been the one happy to take those opening frags, opening pushes, and normally the IGL, of course. Veteran IGL now. He's 30 years of age these days. Been around for a long time, playing with Kaze, of course. On the old Vici gaming days. Risk. Takes a risk from the edge of Coffin and takes down Cammy nicely. But look how far Mercury's pushed through. Risk knows it. He doesn't know how close he's got. Free AWP for Mercury. And probably a free bomb plant as well for Rare Atom.
Yeah, the bomb's planted here. I don't think there's much they can do to boost, pin, and spawn. At this point, I think probably forcing the call in for the save. They have pretty limited weaponry for this next round already. Yeah, backing away. 5 on the board for Ram, and even with these weapons being saved, I don't think it's going to be quite the buy. Likely a save, pretty much. They'll hope with the FAMAS and the FAMASs rather, and the op that they can maybe steal away this next round, but most of the focus will probably be on the one afterwards.
It'll be like a full buy, but just with what they have here. Like, no more, basically. Basically the same buy, just, I'd imagine, hard to say, but maybe Risk will go for a P250 or something, just so he has something in case the round gets close. Which he most certainly could. 2 rifles, even if they're the poor rifles, and the AWP will be enough. But normally you'd full eco here if you had nothing, so probably will be what they'll do. Got some utility, 4 smokes. They can easily play the time with that one. The 5 smoke strat, of course, we've seen plenty of times over the years on Inferno, just to delay that clock. Delay that time for the attackers. I'm going to keep 3 for the latter stages of this round.
Slow round being played out. Bit of a stack over towards the pit. It's 2 of the FAMASs they have around here at least, so setup wise they have some firepower on this A-bomb site where it looks like it's going to be necessary. Unfortunately, it's not the op, which would have been very useful as they get wrapped on long. Although they might even bring this through spawn.
So they are.
Maybe just the library, I'm not sure.
Yeah, they have that one faker at least, right? Like, Jamyang just used a lot of utility from apartments. They are walking into the AWP, unfortunately. It's the worst possible choice, actually, for Rare Atom to go straight into the AWP in this position. As he's going to try and take a heads-up duel, though, and he does that brilliantly. They just have to worry about Ruben. 5-7. I think they know he's here. They most certainly do now. Kami's out of bullets, but he's got support from Banana, and he adjusts nicely to get Ruben out of the round. And Jamyang going to have to take that duel toward the AK picked up as well. 2 FAMASs trying to retake, but they're going to be walking straight into Kaze. And there's the recovery kill. Just Wenzy, and he's looking for exits, and the AK at least will give him something to work with. Nice angle for Kaze. Easy flick up. 3 kills for him, and him taking that duel against the AWP of Kira. All those ruins, that construction position was certainly the most important frag of the round.
Six all tied up. Let's see. First full gun round with no weaknesses in a while as well. I've been seeing some weaker weapons. Kami might eat a nade. Yeah, he ate that nade. That is unfortunate, down to 37 already. That's kind of the start to CR needed though. Alleviate a little bit of pressure, do some early damage. Preferably take some map control, but they haven't really got the utility for that, so seems like they want to just kind of chill back for now. Heavy on the quad stack around the A. It's kind of the change up they've gone for.
Atom taking it a bit slowly. Or a bit slower. Toward B. Or Sharan Gaming. And not a bad setup, but if they were to get swarmed by all the Rare Atom players with a full execute, I reckon it'd be too much for the 2 to handle. Mercury getting pressured. That's a great kill in the default for him. He's going to look at try and go for another, but Wenzy's still here, and Wenzy's been absolutely superb so far. And if they go through this smoke, he's in a fantastic position to do more damage here. 1, 2, out of bullets for the 3rd. He does at least get 3 in total. Brilliant hold once again, but it's still only a 2 versus 2. He's up to 18 and 6 is Wenzy. He's going wild in this one. This 2v2 will probably go Rare Atom's way. Kaze's still got a decent belt of util and a Molotov for the bomb.
Yeah, that molly could hold off potentially short even for a few seconds. For now though, just staying posted and ready for the headshot in the end. As Ruben's left alone, he's having a bit of a slower game as well, so it doesn't look like he wants anything to do with this. Backing away for the save. 7-6 for Rare Atom on the T side. After what looked like it could have been a fantastic start for CR Gaming as well, they really have stumbled. As you said, Wenzy giving it his all.
It's a weird scoreboard, isn't it? Ruben and Kate, 5 kills between the 2 of them. Risk and Kira, 22 between the 2 of them. And Wenzy, almost as much as those two combined with 18. Yeah, you can see it. Massive gap between the top 3 and the bottom 2. Thanks for scoreboard press. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Ruben and Kate having very slow performances. They were picking things. If they could pick things up a little bit rather, that could be the difference maker. We're also with a slightly top-heavy scoreboard, but not quite as much.
On a few rounds.
Looking like they might come out with 9, which would be fantastic.
Yep. See if they can get themselves that 9-6. Similar on Vertigo, don't forget. But that went Sharan Gaming's way in the end. I'm very aware of the situation in apartments. Instant spray transfer, switch around to ward off that player pushing through. In the end, he got help from Mercury. And Wenzy as well, that player that he was looking for. And DM4. Nice long range spray. Takes a dink to the edge of the wall, but no more than that. It's away with the third. And now Kate. With that 5-7. May as well save it, to be honest. Keep that Kevlar. And then 4 in the final round of the half.
Same for the 5-7 in Kevlar at least. I mean, it's something. They want to get a secondary up that could allow it. It's a bit desperate now. We're at the very least have already won out this half with 8 rounds, potentially still 9 to come, and they're on track at this point to try and make it a 3-map series. Mirage will be the decider if we get there, which is definitely a bit more of a middle ground than Inferno is, but after a promising start here for CR, it's just kind of all flatlined, so it's a little bit disappointing.
All the flashes in the world in Spawn. Here to recollect. Oh, and Cammy just takes us heads up duel toward Kate and checks the correct angle. Takes a dink, but we'll be given the AWP now as he's low HP. Great to see an entry like that from the coach. Early man advantage to try and get a 9-6.
Looking like they're probably going to go for the A wrap. Still a bit of time, I was going to say, so they don't have to press the issue, but as that kill comes in on risk, they have it all opened up. The B wrap potentially, although they could still bring this back to A. It looks to be the play. Wrap it in through library. They'll have all of the angles pretty much to peek from. They've left pit. They've actually pushed 2 up towards short. But it's not really working out. Kira alone. Molly forced into the open. And with that finished off. 9-6 at the halftime for Reratum. A good recovery from what was a slow start into the half.
Indeed. We'll see if they can at least translate that 9-6 into a win. Unlike Vertigo, which of course was the same scoreline after a quick break. Second half, Raritan versus Shaoran Gaming. We've seen an upset so far in the RMR. We might even see an upset here as well. Of course, Raritan playing with their coach Cammy has to be a caveat for them to worry about. But let's see if they can at least translate this second half on the CT side. Kazi looking for the opening flag with the P2000. Playing it nicely at the moment. Now Jang Young's here to support as well, being baited in, but now he's under some pressure. Still gets away with 2 kills. Lovely job. Now Mercury is already on the quick flank. Risk taken out. It's all Kira. Long range dualies. 2 players about to fight him, and I think he knows that this one is now almost impossible.
Yeah, I mean, we're at could have been a map up already right now. This could be them on track to a 2-0, but of course they let things slip away on Vertigo. Doesn't seem to be happening here on Inferno though, where they are a lot more comfortable. Kira going to be spotted, and Dual Berettas versus Dual Berettas at long range. Not normally the weapons you want for this, but at least Kira is able to make that initial kill work. Really though, there shouldn't be much else he can do here. Walking through the smoke, I was going to say even the body shots will finish him off, but Jam Young just destroys him with a headshot instead. 10-6, double digits for Rare Atom. CR, no bomb plant or anything being found, so they're likely looking at an eco, and should be 11-6, maybe even 12-6 then before the actual guns come out for CR Gaming.
This is looking like Ratum are going to try and fight their way through. Mirage is a decider, so I think it's another map that could go either way still, but if Ratum can win against this force spy, then they're in a good spot. So push this through to a victory. Utility is great though, and I've seen so many of these Tech 9 buys. I think Eternal Fire have a really, really good strategy with these Tech 9 utility buys on the second round. Yeah, and they are usually ATEX as well. There might be something we're seeing here from Shaoran Gaming. Let's see how successful they'll be. We're up toward top mid now. Flash over to take porch position. Now the pit and site players have some work to do, but there are rotations in very quickly, so you'd think they'll be okay. But Jam Young's been dinked. 11 HP, and they're switching their focus up toward long instead. Damage done, and now the Arch player will surely come in and help, and Advent does that well. So they at least go 3 for 2. But Kira's in a good position. Will Cammy spot the smoke? That's the question. Hamas picked up for Kate. Caught looking the wrong way, though. Now it is just Kira. He has got himself one, and he's full health with this Deagle, and he's found that M4 as well. 21 bullets, but gets a fresh clip in anyway. Advent and Cammy need to be careful here, but a high elevated position from Advent on the edge of the railing deals with it nicely. M4 recovered, 11-6. Full eco coming in. Now Raritan are starting to show up.
Yeah, it's looking like it could be smooth sailing from here on out if CR don't wake up in this next gun round, really. Now again, not much to really buy up. A few Deagles. No Kevlar even, no utility it doesn't look like either, so yeah, Raritan really should be aiming to try and keep everyone alive here. It'll be their opportunity to really bolster the CT economy and set themselves up fantastically. I was going to say, did Mercury actually spot that player, but he peeked. Does indeed, goes back in for the fight again. And now with the man advantage, just doesn't really need to give anything away. They actually come to him instead. Oh, good damage on Advent.
Nice off angle. Nice double headshot. How do you feel the balance between the two M4s right now? I still think it's probably the best it's ever been, I think, at this stage. Sometimes I like to go with the A1S, sometimes I like to go with the A4. Feels very 50-50 now across the scene as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I've always just kind of preferred the A4.
I still prefer it. It just sounds beefier, doesn't it? You know, like it does damage.
Having the silent sound can be nice as well, you know, if you want to feel like a little ninja. Depends, really. I like the A4 nice for spray downs on a map here like Inferno. I think I prefer the A4, but
agreed.
More mid to long range. I like the A1 for bursting as well.
it was overpass, I'd probably go with the A1. If it was Inferno, I'd go for the A4 if I was playing myself. Something like that.
Exactly. They have their
If only I could spray the
use
A4
cases.
though.
Gonna be the new weird crosshair following thing on CS2.
Oh god, yeah, the CS2 crosshair thing. Yeah, I have seen that. I'll most certainly turn that off. I'm sorry, I'm not.
Yeah, I think it'd throw me off. 6. CR need this round, otherwise it's gonna be maybe one more gun round that they actually have a shot at before this map's over. So let's see. It's not gonna do anything. I don't think CR waiting out in the early stages to avoid nade damage.
Yep. There's no damage. Advent tagged. D8. Cammy tagged as well. Aggression from Kate through the edge of that smoke. Gets away with that kill toward Cammy somehow. Don't ask me how. So an early pick for Sharon Gaming.
Played out slowly now after that initial advantage. Nice timing on the re-smoke as well. Kira ready for the push down mid. Might even get another out of this. There we go. Yeah, ready for Jamyoung as well. That's going to be them just sprinting this back over to a completely open A bomb site now and leaving just Kate there to hold them in place for a few extra seconds, which is plenty. As this round is pretty much already done. I think they'll probably just save the 2 M4s even.
Would make the most sense. Money hasn't been built up yet, and actually, if they do save the 2 M4s, with Kaze being able to buy and Jamyoung likewise, I reckon they'll be able to muster something. So, does make sense to save here, unfortunately. But not if you get caught by Kate like that. That's a lovely mid-range shot. Mercury caught trying to team up with Advent toward Ruins, and mid-cross, Kate rips his head off. And it's good for Kate to get some kills on the board after the incredibly slow first half, of course. It was Ruben and Kate who were really struggling, as you can see. Wenzy doing a lot of the work. They can step up on T-side, and you never know.
Scraping together to buy here again on the CT side. It's an MP9 on the Cammy. Other than that, they have everything. But if they were to lose this one, then CR probably get a 9th off the back of it. Then one gun round to nearly even tie things up. So it's still doable. It's just going to be very, very difficult. Very passive again on the CT side as well. Not really challenging for banana control. Willing to give it up, but using a bit of utility at least to make sure that they're working for it.
Yep. Bomb is going to go back toward Banana now as well. Minute to go, and they're trying to take it. RO Atom together, and the Incendiary is great. It actually pushes Kate away. 33 HP, and Jamyoung coming down mid. This is going to be a big catch off guard, but they play it nicely. They actually play it really nicely, and Kira's lurking toward Arch as well. The fact that they had one player peek into the underpass and one player peek up made it impossible for Jamyoung to get a second frag. Really nicely done. And now Kate fighting up against Cammy. Top Banana wins another duel. Kira looking for the retreat of Advent. Takes his frag. Mercury is left last alive. So another save will come in from Mercury, at least attempted save. And Sharan Gaming are going to get themselves up to 8.
Convincing round as well, importantly. crazy to see how top heavy the scoreboard is, though. You have Ruben and Kate really struggling throughout this game, and it's still a 12-8 scoreline. If both of them can start to find some form, that could be the difference that the difference maker rather that they need. Only one M4 being saved as well, so it's a full eco. Other than that, a 9th round, as I said, should be taken, and if they win that next gun round towards 11, suddenly you begin to worry of your rear atoms, so see how this plays out now. Bit of a B stack in the early stages.
Deep nades to ward off any presence in the apartments. Only really that M4 to worry about overall. Advent's got the incendiary nade to at least keep them at bay a little while longer. And now the M4 will try and fall away, but look at the damage Mercury's taken. That is unfortunate. Looks like actually Rare Atom are going to vacate the B bomb site entirely. Trying to use other utilities, show some presence early on. Just sort of fake the fact that they're still there. And maybe stack A, and that's exactly what they're doing, but it doesn't seem like Sharon Gaming are falling foul to that. Going to go in toward B. An empty B bomb site as well, and Rare Atom are forced to push down mid as a group. It's being watched, however. Let's see how many Kira can get from this position. 2 default pistols coming his way. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and a 4th. Now we're looking to try and get an anti-eco ace here. Would be nice for Kira. Some confidence. There it is. Nicely done. We saw Wenzi get one of those on the anti-force buy in the first half on CT side. Now Kira's got one of his own. And increases his tally up to 23 and 14. Nicely done.
Still 12-9. They have a good buy now, so there's still that little bit of room, that little bit of security that they have. But if Rare don't start picking up some wins now soon again, then they will begin to worry, considering how we've seen things slip away on that previous map for them. It's got to still be in the back of their mind a little bit. Not really challenging around Banana in the beginning of this round anyway. We might see a quicker A play. They're playing pretty passively around A as well. They just have the one player holding from Arch over on Long, and then it's hitting the bomb site itself then that they're holding from Mercury spam.
Oh, close. He caught underneath that back position. Cars is about to be flashed toward Long as well. Getting strafe away, just about. Was getting pushed by Wenzi. He will manage to deal with him in the end. Nice shot from Kaze. Now jamming him under pressure. There's 1, there's 2. Beautiful spray down, but actually can't hit a single bullet on toward Kate, and that means that he gets that trade. So 2v3 on the site, and Kaze tries to go aggressive, but that's a beautiful shot from Kate. Stepping up in this second half. Third kill on the board, and now the pressure comes in from Rare Atom, but Kate just keeps holding them at bay. Cammy goes through the smoke as well, and Risk tags in with the Tech 9. And goodness me, Rare Atom trying to take advantage of the fact they had a man advantage. Couldn't do so. Sharon Gaming, 10 rounds on the board.
Double digits. Slowly building their way back into this. I mean, what was it, 12-6 at one point at that scoreline? I thought it was damn near impossible that they'd actually get themselves back into this on one of Rare Atom's strongest maps, but right now it seems to be happening. Eco with just some pistols and Kevlar, a few nades as well purchased up, but pretty much it. Kate has begun to wake up. Ruben's still chilling. He's got himself on chillax mode right now, but his teammates seem to stepped up where necessary. Kira especially. Wenzi's been on 21 for a while, but Kira has found some form over these last few rounds.
Yeah, there was a couple of really important situations in that previous round as well, of course. Puts Rare Atom back down to an eco again. Kate stepping up. that third kill onto Kaze when he went aggressive was beautiful, and even ready for 2 of the last 3 Atom players coming through that smoke. And cleaned up by Risk with the Tech 9. Jumping in pit with the Deagle, what can he get done? First player falls into his clutches, and there's a second player on the site to help. That's Kaze. Now Kira's in a difficult situation. Beautiful flick on the second, and he actually manages to waste enough time to get Kate to help out for the third. Beautifully done. That could have gotten out of hand. And Sharon Gaming say no.
Still could have gotten a little bit awkward against the pistols, but doesn't look like it. The molly forced Advent forward. Well, Cammy coming in through the long smoke, eventually going to be shut down as well. 12-11, 1 round between them. It's a gun round again coming in here from Rear Atom. With the full loss bonus going, at least there's no weaknesses really to this buy, but if they lose this one, then likely they will be conceding a lead over the CR, so they cannot let that happen. What's the plan? Do they have anything in mind in terms of changing it up? We haven't seen them doing tons in terms of taking banana control. We haven't seen them try and do much in terms of peeking over the apartments in the second mid even. So there's a lot of things that they can try. Basically my point that they're just going to go for the early 3-man B.
Yeah. There are very many options. They tried one of those aggressive options in the other round, of course, pushing so many players through the smoke on A to try and stop Sharon Gaming from getting into an after plant. But yeah, this time around, finding some deep control toward Banana, then falling back away. That's exactly what they've done. They've only got control with Cammy now. He's then left alone. The coach. See, reminder, there's so many things that can explain the poor performance from Rare Atom today. The fact they're playing with Cammy. The fact they've only just played in Mongolia. The fact they had Kaze sick recently. The fact that Mosier, of course, missing is one of their youngest and most talented players. However, you've got to give credit to Sharon Gaming. They've played very well so far today, and Cammy needs to step up toward Banana. Gets himself 1, but only 1. Ruben trades it, and that's a big trade from him as he's been so quiet so far in this map. 4v4 with 40 seconds to go.
Oh, Advent was fully blind there and somehow gets away with that kill on towards Wenzy. Mercury tucked in up close on Oranges as well. The timing is horrible. How the hell does Risk get that? It wasn't even the no-scope. Apparently he scoped well up in his face as Kaze misses an easy shot up close. The no-scope as a follow-up will eventually land, and it's all on Ruben, who's been having a rough game as he gets shut down from the spawn. 13-11. It's a close round, but Rare Atom finally add another to the scoreboard.
Oh, I'm going to say, if Kaze didn't get that frag in the end, that would have been an absolute choke. But, for his sake, I'm happy he gets it done, because that would have been a scary one. Good recovery to finish it off in the end. Jamyang then came in to help out, and I would have favoured him perhaps in a 1v2 anyway, with how close he was to the action. But this region always delivers those exciting moments. In 2v2s, we saw so many 2v2s on the first map. In the end, with ridiculous clutches in overtime, of course, going Sharan Gaming's way, or at least going 1-for-1. But the most important one went Sharan Gaming's way. Cammy fighting with Banana. He fights with Kate and comes out successfully. Rare Atom now is trying to put their foot down, but they've got a lot of economy to break down on the T side, so it's a good chance for another close map.
Tough to recover though. Wenzy gets away with that one. I don't know how. Tries to fight Arch and eventually will be punished and shut down. Leaving them in a very difficult 3-on-4. They're actually just going to charge this back up B. I mean, Advent took a couple shots there that forced them to retreat, but I don't think they were 100% sure the commitment was coming in because they're only now rotating Cammy back into position. So this is doable. They have an opening on the bomb site. Risk with a follow-up on the Cammy as well. As the bomb's going to go down, this looks like it could be CR's round, but look at the damage that's done.
Kaze hit a wall bang. That's basically the only option now. 2 players walking wounded. But Jiangyang has a kit, and time is ticking away. Maybe Jang Young wants to try and give this one a go, and Kaze just flash him in and play from range. It's going to be the plan by the looks of it. They are going to go for this one, but with Risk posted up, that's an easy frag toward Kaze. And Jam Young realizes there's no point sticking around here. On the angle to hold for the exits, because he knows there are players low, but just about avoid it. He's locked in, at least. He's locked in Risk on the site, but it doesn't even matter.
Ouch.
We'll take him down, but unfortunately the bomb blast in the end does remove him. So even though Jam Young does nothing there, actually, by damage, the fact he locked in Risk for so long does at least mean they remove the AWP from the equation, but money's fine to rebuy it, so it's not the end of the world. Just an extra small point to make. 13-12. Should be 13 all, Dean.
Should be. I mean, just some pistols. Kevlar here, they have the loss bonus going, so Rear Atom are going to have a really good buy in the next round. But for now, not a lot to put up a fight with. Advent got smokes, I think, dropped over to him so that they can stack A slightly. It is something, putting the numbers together at the very least, but CR should be timed up at 13-13, which seemed almost unimaginable just a few rounds ago. Ooh, what a shot from Jam Young. That seemed kind of silly for Wenzy to just charge through that smoke. He was having a great game earlier, and now he was on 21 kills anyway for ages, now he's on 22. Maybe getting a bit frustrated that the game hasn't been going as well for him in the second half as it was earlier.
He was 18-6, I think. I think it was 18-6, yeah.
Somewhere along those lines, yeah.
Yeah. So 4-10 since then. A bit scary. Ryan Gaming going in toward a stack of players on B, but thankfully, only with one player. Ruben gets his frag, retreats, and they are going into an open A-bomb site. Every single Raritan player rotating in. Free AK for Jam Young, but really that needs to be in the hands of someone else, as he's low with no armor. Should be trying to save it anyway. Keep Jam Young safe. Protect the VIP. Classic game mode. Bring it back for CS2, please. Thank you.
Saving an AK, I mean, may as well. Would probably be worth just going for exits with the other pistols though, but they're not too bothered with. CR themselves tying up the scoreline, building up a little bit of economy here, ensuring that they're going to be fine for most of these rounds that remain. Again, it's crazy that we're even at this scoreline. I thought coming into this VO that Inferno was almost a given for Rear Atom, and I thought that they'd probably take Vertigo as well, but no, obviously that didn't work out. Ended up losing it in overtime, and could be looking at a similar fate here on Inferno. They have the buy though. All the rifles, the op available on Kaze. Nades are pretty much perfect as well. There's kits this time around as well. We've seen the kits cost them in the past, not having them, so.
True.
Let's see.
A pause for now.
Is it technical?
Too long.
Since we don't have the time?
I don't think so. I mean, sorry, I do think so. There we go.
Either way, we're out of it.
Maybe it's been cancelled anyway. Yeah, all good. No worries. It's cool to see so many of the tier 2 teams that we covered so much in, Challenger League type situations, like Monty, Aurora, Nine, all have a win in the opening stages of the RMR as well. It shows that the gap is tough, and not what it once was. Not as easy for tier 1 teams as it used to be. Atom played so well, of course, in Pro League for a long period of time. They beat Na'Vi on this map. Right now they're on the edge, of course, with their coach, of course, but on the edge of losing to a brand new qualified open team. It can happen when you have players sick. No other option for you, unfortunately. With Advent, of course, is not necessarily known to be a fragger on this squad, so quite often it can be rough. Mosier gets better soon. Of course, Kaze was ill recently in Mongolia too, which was not an easy situation for Rayatum. In the end, they got everyone back, of course, but 1 BO3 away from qualifying, unfortunately. Missed out. Would have loved to see Rayatum stickers in the game, but that is perhaps for Counter-Strike 2. And let's see what will go down in this round. Advent at least goes 1 for 1 this time. That's something. And January is looking for this lurk of Kira. Headshot. Perfect. Lovely find. They are going to let this bomb plant come through toward the B site. And this retake's going to be so hard, even 4v3.
They've lost Kira and Wenzi as well, the two players who have been popping off all match. Ruben pushing through with a flash. He might have had a chance at the second. Instead, it's Kate on the trade. The 2-on-2, Jamyoung and Kaze, they've both been fantastic, and he just about gets that kill with the last bullet before he stopped the commitment to the spray. Transfers back to Kate as well, so yeah, fantastic retake. They managed to make it work, but still it was scrappy right down to the end, really. Two players left standing. They need to drop weapons over. The buy here, if they're to lose this one, would be ruined going into the following, so it's a chance for CR to potentially break that economy and maybe even run away to go 16-14.
Very possible. Very possible. Jamyoung once again trying to put his team on his back. I think he got around 35 kills on map 1, if I'm not mistaken. 27 and 15. Top fragging by a mile, basically. I don't know what Rayatum needed to win this game, but how much more can he realistically get done? 2 rounds away from a decider. Mirage is a decider, as a reminder.
All rounds been played out. Oh, it was getting some weird lag right there. Was I alone on that?
It was only for a split second. I think it's
I'll
fine
let you take it because I've still got it.
You still got it? Okay. Well, we're going up to a banana. Open a refresh soon. Should be fine. Hope so. But, yeah. Just trying to take banana control for now. And right now, they're playing very defensively right on this site. And Advent's going to get caught in the open once again, trying to use utility. Needs to be 2 from Cammy, and he actually does get 2. However, bomb down this time in a 3v3 rather than a 4v3. You would favour Sharan Gaming, especially now Risk can post up with the AWP toward the back of the site. We've got utility, nade, incendiary. That could be critical for Kaze to flush out one of these players, and he'll use it toward Wenzi. No smoke to put that one out, but he has to take a duel, and he does win the duel still. The Molotov will eventually burn him, but that's fantastic stuff from Wenzi. 2 versus 2. There's Risk's AWP. Now it's all down to Jamyoung. He did amazing work in the previous, but not this time around. Kira lurks around the smoke, deals with him. Up to 27 kills now as Kira, same as Jamyoung. And the money is a bit rough for Rayatum. They can buy on 3 players, but the other 2 are going to be on SMGs or even less. Sharan Gaming are in pole position, you feel?
Yeah, they are. It's all in for Rayatum as well. They do not want to take the eco, meaning if this doesn't work, they're going to have an even worse investment in this following round to try and keep themselves alive. This is crazy. The fact that CR have a chance of taking a 2-0 in this series is bewildering to me as Kira gets the opening kill. A second bound. I think he noticed the charge down mid as well, but somehow Jamyoung is able to make that work and convert it into a kill. What is happening? How are they doing this?
I'm amazed. Well, Ruben knows everything. Thankfully the bomb's miles away. That's the only silver lining I would say at the moment, and Kaze will even switch to the M4 just to make doubly safe. Take the AWP back if they sort out this round. Oh, Jamyoung just leapt his way through. This gives a great chance now for Ruben. I think he knows Kaze's here as well. Surely not Rayatum. Surely not. And Ruben, who's had one of the quietest games so far, gets himself a 1 versus 3. Advent just charging through the top banana smoke. Sure, that's looking for information and he got it. But Jamyoung, that was way too split with Kaze. That's almost unforgivable, Rayatum. You should not be losing that one. And now they have almost nothing to prevent a win for Sharan Gaming.
Yeah, that was crazy. My internet isn't liking me right now. It froze just before he got the kill, and then it like super sped through the video. You know,
Yeah, I know.
It was weird, but a ridiculous 1-on-3. the flash in as well. The turn nearly got caught off guard, but the timing just about worked out, and somehow, by a miracle, CR have a 15-14 scoreline, and I would imagine are slapping themselves in the face.
Slapping other things as well, and frustration, because this is not how it should be for them. Couple of wild rounds they shouldn't have lost on Vertigo. That probably should have been their map, even though Shadowrun Gaming did so well to recover it. And now, that particular round was a big misplay. Can Shadowrun Gaming finish this one off? They have all the advantages. They have all the weaponry advantages as well. Jamyang will be forced out of that position. Being spammed down, so much damage. Wenzi's in towards the site, gets one, and there's the trade from Ruben. Kira finds Jamyang, and we have an upset in the first round of Challenger League in Season 45. The team that's qualified from ESEA Open, coming through the lower bracket to make it to ECL this season, is about to defeat Rare Atom. Risk holding for the retake. Cammy, the coach, is coming in. Will be removed, and now it's all down to Advent, the IGL. He knows this one is up. Kira's hit 30. Jamyang has tried his best in this series, but it's not to be. And it's a great